Ready to find your flow? AFSA's got you covered.
That's right. The hands-on training lab in Richardson, Texas is where you trade PowerPoints for pipe wrenches. Real tools, real systems, and real experience you can actually use.
And if you're ready to test your skills, check out the hands-on NFPA 25 workshops, where you'll inspect, test, and maintain live sprinkler systems and fire pumps. No simulations, no fluff, just pressure, flow, and know-how.
It's the perfect way to get under pressure without cracking under it.
So get fired up and register today at firesprinkler.org. Spots fill faster than a charged branch line.
AFSA, where you don't just learn the code, you live it. Welcome to the K Factor podcast, where we turn up the heat on all things fire protection. Brought to you by the American Fire Sprinkler Association, this podcast sparks conversations about the latest technology, trends, and tools shaping the industry. Join the AFSA tech team as we fan the flames of innovation in fire safety.
Welcome to another episode of the K Factor podcast. Here with Eric. Eric, we finally kicked him off the board because Nate is back. And we're getting the opportunity to speak with Raul Bustamante.
Hey, guys. More than a pleasure to be here. Thank you all. I really appreciate the ASFA. You guys, Eric, Josh, Nate. Thank you very much.
Go for it.
No, well, first of all, I want to thank God for, giving me the opportunity to be here. Thank you guys as well once more time, because I feel grateful for this.
This is an interesting opportunity for us, too, because we haven't had someone on the podcast who's a regular listener. So we appreciate you listening. Do you listen to it between jobs?
So I do surveys. I be out on the road a lot. They give me my list. I just go out there and do the drawings, either for reverse engineering or tenant improvements. And sometimes it could be an hour drive, 15-minute drive, 30-minute drive. And I always think it's pretty good to learn, like listening to the radio, but of something that I work on.
Yeah. And
that I can apply to my job and, make improvements as well.
Awesome. So you're with Metro Fire Protection, and you said that business card says you're a fire sprinkler designer. I'm going to call you that, but you said you're aspiring. So where did you start your career? How'd this go?
So first of all, I want to say thanks to Metro Fire as well, to Blake Moody, Sel Taylor, for, giving me this opportunity and for believing in me. And how this all started, it's a long story. So I'm going to go back to 6 years back. I was studying university. Should I go all that way back?
Sure. How did you, how'd you get interested in fire sprinklers? Did it start at university?
No. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have always heard about fire protection. But when I was in university in Mexico, I have always looked into trying to do a specialty. And back then I was looking into the anti-seismic because I'm studying architecture.
Yeah.
But I noticed that there's not really that huge of a market out there for, you only see in Miami, you see in California, you see it in New Mexico.
Is there a lot in Mexico? A lot of seismic areas?
Yeah, actually, DF, Distrito Federal, Mexico is the third place in the world, based on what I have read, with the most seismic technology.
Interesting.
Because they're built on top of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it moves, we got issues.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yes, we don't want that. So since I didn't find there was that huge of a market when I came here to the U.S., I found out about sprinklers. And I did think about joining the sprinklers, but at the point of life that I really thought it was like really far away.
Right.
But that, once again, is when I thank God, because so Saturday and Sunday I was jobless. And I think this is one of the points where it's like really low a little bit in my life, where I actually stood outside Home Depot looking for jobs.
Yeah.
Like, those documentaries and movies. So it only was Saturday and Sunday. And by Monday, thanks to God, I had a complete job as a fire protection.
That's awesome. Awesome. So are there any that you're aware of, any universities that in Mexico that could have offered, if you were interested earlier, fire protection or fire sprinklers?
Yes, but I'm going to say no. So the way things are built in Mexico are really different that are from here.
Okay.
So it's not really a requirement or a necessity. We usually only see them on places, for example, on big shopping places, kind of like Walmart's. But they don't really have even the sprinklers. They just have those hose
connections.
Those hose connections. That's it.
Is that a local jurisdictional requirement, or is that more of these larger corporations that are coming in? It might be an insurance requirement for them coming.
I'm pretty sure it's more of that because we don't really hear, even when I was studying architecture, have the importance on fire protection.
Interesting. So what brought you into architecture?
So I've always liked the idea of designing, making my own designs, and they're in a public space. They're able to see the creativity,
right?
And I just think it's fun. I just think it's fun for people. I've seen museums. I've seen lots of places. For example, in Los Angeles, I believe this structure made out of I forgot the name of the building and the architect, but it's made out of metal. It's shiny. It's
pretty cool.
Yeah, or the Sagrada Familia, for example. It's just wow.
Yeah.
I think all of us have always been amazed by all that. For example, the pyramids.
Right?
They're really old and all that, but their structures. I was interested in all that.
And when I travel,
I have been still.
There's two things I look for: good food, and the culture, and architecture. Right? When you go, I want to go someplace in Mexico. I want it to be the authentic architecture and the food, and so architecture is cool.
I mean,
but go for it, dude.
So no, because that I design houses still right now, and so I guess my question is just for somebody that studied this: what if you had to design something personally, like if it was like your dream, building or house? What does that look like for you?
Well, I'm still studying. Right.
I'm
still, but yeah, I have always imagined, I've even have drawn it multiple times, this big, like L shape kind of house.
Like cantilever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't have the columns or anything, it's just floating.
Yeah.
And then I could park my car on the bottom of there, and then with an hydraulic elevator.
Okay.
If I want to have like big stuff go on top, maybe a huge fridge or something, I don't know, and then
what do you put in that fridge?
Ladders on the side, so something like that. I've always imagined, yeah.
So you said you've drawn it a few times. How did your knowledge now of fire sprinklers affect your architecture layout?
Ooh, that's a good one. Because, for example, if in my drawing that I have in my head right now, right, I was to place a fire protection. For example, I know the riser would be in the back of where the elevator is,
Okay.
That's a first spot, I think, right now.
You don't want it out in front so everyone can see that beautiful piece of art as a riser?
Well, yeah, maybe as well. I mean,
we're stuck to a warm climate, though. So,
fair enough.
I have a fire riser in my house right now as a mailbox. So
yeah, fair enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have I showed it to you?
I don't think I've seen it yet. No.
Let me
pass the picture up. So, tell me a little bit about so you were waiting or looking for a job over the weekend, ended up landing a job. Was that with Metro?
No. It was with a totally different company.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's my.
Thing's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that's my mailbox.
Can you send that to us? We'll drop it in the. Can we drop it in the notes?
I'm not sure if we can, but we'll try to post it. If not, we'll make a LinkedIn post or something on it.
Took it out the trash. I sanded it and I painted it. What's funny about it is that the day I was painting it at night. So we're from Phoenix, Arizona, right? That's where the company is. That's where I moved to. I live, and a sandstorm came. And I was just with my flashlight and I could see all the sand and everything. And I'm just like, what's going on? And then my wife, she's just opening the door and she's like, get in, there's a sandstorm. And I'm like, the paint.
Gonna ruin my artwork.
So yeah, I had to go back and sand it and repaint it again. So, but
turned out good.
Yeah, it turned out. Yeah, I think it did.
I told them, like, you don't have to worry about any cars hitting that because you're going to total the car before the mailbox, which is fantastic. It means you can accept all of your bills, I guess. That's the downside of a mailbox. So you started with a different company. What was your role in that other organization, and what did you do with fire sprinklers?
So here's the thing. When I started that company, I think, I want to say they saw potential in me, maybe, because I came from Mexico already studying architecture. So when I received the plans, I was able to already know to work with scales and how stuff worked on. So we were working on these apartments for three floors. And I remember that day I was supposed to be doing that all day, just laying out pipe for the fitters to come in with. And this is CPVC. The
orange plastic pipe, yeah.
Yeah, that orange pipe. So
you're a helper.
Yeah, helper. Yeah. So I was supposed to just have all that in that all day, and I was able to finish that like from 2 hours or 3 hours real quick. So he was like, hey, like, you know what? You were supposed to be doing this all day. So now I think you're going to be gluing, like.
Find work to keep you busy.
Yeah, putting in the things. And they were pretty straight with me. They mentioned, hey, you know what? Because it's a really small family company, like really small. He still has it. His warehouse, like in his backyard and all that. Like, it's pretty big, I respect that,
Yeah.
And yeah, he told me, hey, you know what? We're going to pay you a little bit here, but, we're going to teach you everything we could possibly, teach you.
Awesome.
I'll teach you everything.
That's early in the career too. I mean, we have people come through all the time. It's like at earlier stages, or really at any stages, you're looking for one of two things, right? Either to make financial gain or knowledge gain. And it seemed like you were in it for that knowledge gain. Teach me everything. I'll learn everything.
And I'm not really interested in positions or I want to be this or that.
The title, yeah.
The only problem is that for me to learn more, I need to be in certain places or positions, because obviously someone entered in this business and I believe they really start teaching you like in 5 months, just because in the field out there, this trade is really small compared, for example, to concrete people, to people who plays the framing, the gypsum boards, and all that. So everybody's all so close with their knowledge, they don't just really want to have it out there.
Right.
So it takes a while for people to start like for you to start cracking people down.
Yeah, for them to trust you enough to give that info.
Yeah. Because I've been around where like 1 week, 2 weeks, people come in and they're already going out. So, you're like, oh man, all the time I spend here and all that. So it doesn't really take after like 5 months, really, where people are like, hey, you know what? Like, I need to start. They see you, obviously,
So what does your everyday look like?
Right now?
Right now.
It's fantastic.
It's
fantastic. I love waking up in the morning. Metro. I love Metro. They've been treating me super well. Obviously, I think I've been treating them well as well.
Yeah.
Well, at least I try to. I try to do my responsibilities and everything. I'm not a perfect worker either, but I do try.
Right.
I do try to make my own schedule. I speak with people. I like making friends everywhere I go. I think friendship is a huge thing for me, like the trust.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's perfect. I wake up sometimes, now that I buy my house, I've basically been trying to do everything that I've been dreamed up. When I was young, I dreamed of having my own office at home. So I have my little office there where I can make calls, drink my coffee.
Yeah, that's right.
And, I'm on the computer with emails. I'm able to do with the AutoCAD. And, I go out to the field. I love going out in the field.
So what are you doing in the field?
In the field, I speak with people, with other trades as well, see how everything's going. Like I mentioned, I like making friends. But, right now I'm doing reverse engineerings and tenant improvements.
So you're looking to, we don't have a hydraulic placard. We have no drawings. Come on out and retrace the system, right?
Yeah, or try to find if maybe they're out somewhere, the blueprints, if that can make it easy, trace from the riser all the way back to the backflow. And, taking measurements above finished floor, what kind of pipe it is, what kind of sprinkler head it is, or upright.
So on average, how long would you say that recalc process takes you? We're missing a placard. The ITM guys have gone out there and said, hey, this building owner needs to
Well,
to get a new placard. So they send you out. What does that process look like?
Well,
how long is that taking you? Like, what is that?
It depends, because it also depends on how big the place it is, because also if it's like a huge 600 feet warehouse, but everything's open,
Pretty easy.
I'm pretty sure I could just be like,
Right.
like click here, I got those laser measuring tapes,
Right.
So it goes on pretty quick. But I could even have a small place, but if the walls are all the way up to the
all
ceiling,
gypboard.
and gypsum and hard ceiling and all that, even if it's like a really small place, that can be a sweating. That could be like, hey, man,
Right.
like be crawling up there in the attic. Or I've even had coolers where I need to tuck in soldier
Right.
He's got a mean army crawl for those listeners. Yeah.
army crawl and all that dust and all that, which I don't mind. It's part of the job. I just make sure that I have the right tools,
Right.
because I put on like kind of that painting suit on,
Right.
with my
With the
goggles, and I try to be as professional as I possibly can.
So we're typically taking a couple days to do a back engineer, or is that a couple days in the field and taking a week to draw it back out? What would you, if you had to put a time frame on it?
Well, I'll say most of the time, I'll say 90%, I am able to knock it out in one day, just because I try to be
Including calc or just the visit?
Oh, just finishing everything to turn in for the calc.
Raul's over here killing it.
If I need to get in here, like I'm gonna get in there. I try not to be going around it or anything. They've actually have told me like, hey, Raul, like if there's stuff that you don't need to do, don't do it. Like tell someone else or something. But,
ask for help when you need to.
Yeah, but I'm also like, man, it's gonna take time. While they're like, man, I mean, I don't know, or something. So might as well just
go for it.
Crawl into it or do what I have to do.
So, right. I just wanted to bring that up for the ITM listeners, because a lot of times it's really easy for me to walk through the building and go, oh, nope, calculate, and then write it up as a deficiency.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we missed that conversation with the building owners on okay, why is this important? And then the conversation on what is that going to cost to replace, right? I know it's expensive, but I'm basically paying you to get all
Go army crawl
up, go army crawl around in the ceiling to get that information back.
Actually, there's been times where I just go up there, through the ceiling, and I look at it, and I have my list to determine what kind of system it is, and sometimes it's pipe schedule, right? So I'm like, oh, you know what? This is pipe schedule. I'll just hang the placard, right? And I've come across people where I'm hanging the placard, it just says pipe schedule. And the guys are like, hey, couldn't we have hanged that? And I'm like,
yes.
Well,
You could have.
I'm like, technically, yeah, I mean, I can give you the cow plane. You can just hang it. But what are you going to know where you're going to place there? And he's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I didn't even know what type of system this was. I had to go up there and look at it, see if it met these requirements for it to be this system or something. So based on that, I just came here and placed this calculate, but I didn't just come in and say, oh, it's a pipe schedule, You're
paying for the knowledge at that point.
Yeah. So for me to know if it was a pipe schedule, I had to have knowledge behind it, knowledge that he doesn't have. He can have it, but he doesn't have at the moment, so it's not for you to just come up and it looks simple. Maybe I make it look simple, with my chain here. Hey man, good morning, but it wasn't like that.
And then 2 risers over, you can be waiting to have to do the results, and they don't see that either, right? It could be pipe schedule, but we have a newer hydraulic placard that we had to read, and that one's going to say something different.
Yeah, definitely. It depends on a lot of things. For example, on this ASFA, I've learned, for example, that most remote hydraulically demanding area, which that changes the whole game right now for what I'm doing, because we would usually just go and do what we would think would be where water takes more problems to reach, maybe. But now,
so in terms of like distance,
yeah. But now also, how I mentioned to you with that hotel, I don't want to mention names,
yeah.
But where it's kind of right in the middle, but it's a kitchen, compared to the other places being light hazard. So
might have to take a look at that one, a little deeper dive.
Yeah,
and figure out.
No, definitely. But it is things that you could miss. Very simple if you're not really giving your heart out there to really look into what is it that you're doing? Just be proud and love what you do on the trade or your job. So that makes it easy.
Unpacking a few things, and you had mentioned something. An office or a home office with coffee is super important, and I can get a lot about someone's personality by the way they drink coffee. So, what kind of coffee do you drink?
I'm like, oh man. I have my Keurig, right? And I like the strong coffee.
Okay.
Because since I'm in school, it's been some times where, like just last week, I started doing homework at 6 in the afternoon and I ended up going to sleep like at 9 in the morning. So
long days.
Yeah, long day. So I get my coffee, but I also place like a quarter of that flavor.
What flavor are you going for?
I get the Sneakers one or the caramel, like that.
Better than vanilla over there.
And then
just throwing that out
peppermint. It's peppermint.
Okay.
And then
I don't know if that helps my argument or not, but let's at least get it right.
Yeah, and then the other quarter of milk, because I don't like waiting for my coffee to cool down a little bit. I like as soon as I serve it, start drinking it. So I do that mixture so it has just the right temperature for it to be hot, but also for me to drink.
Not burn your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a businessman, right? I do a splash of water.
A splash of water?
Black coffee, splash of water. Let's get to work. Let's not wait around to figure out if I need it to sweeten my breath.
Let's be honest. The splash of water is only half the time. The other half the time you forget it's on the Keurig.
Oh, and it just cools down naturally. You're right. Yeah.
See, I'm an iced coffee guy. I'm not gonna lie about it. So I like it cold. So
you did that in Utah too in the cold, iced coffee? Because
absolutely.
Us Northeasterners,
I mean, yeah.
You have to specify you want hot coffee in most places, even in the winter.
Really?
Because it's just, you order a coffee, it's iced.
Well, I'm with you. I prefer the iced coffee. I got iced coffee on a blizzard the other day.
I'll say that in the morning, I like it, being hot.
Yeah.
But in the afternoon, I will get those coffee things that come in the glass that are cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are pretty
Little frap.
Yeah.
Nah.
I think they're nice.
So you got your home office, so you're working off of a CAD program, back engineering things. Are you also, you said you're doing TIs. Are you going out and estimating TIs or calculating TIs? What's your process in TIs?
No, I just go over
Tenant
there.
improvements for our listeners.
I just go over there and, if I find plans, I make sure that the blueprints are accurate to what I'm seeing in real life in the field. If so, I scan them in the program and they work based off of that. Or if they're not, I can just make the changes, pictures, and, measurements and all that. And same thing, turn it in.
Yeah.
But I just draw out the existent and what they're going to be branching off. I don't really, most of the time when it's tenant improvements, it's empty. They destroyed walls, everything, just the pendants are down there. So that doesn't really matter. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be adding new things. And if the pendant just happened to be in the area, if an existing pendant just happened to be in the area where one needed to be, where they can just use that one.
What's the most challenging part about your job?
The most challenging sometimes dealing with people.
No.
Yeah.
That would never happen.
I don't know why is it. I think people just like to make it hard sometimes, or I don't know. I honestly don't understand. I've come across times where I just arrive at a job site and no, we didn't schedule it. It wasn't this. This was not the time for it. And I'm like, hey, calm down. It's fine. I can come back tomorrow, or when would you want me to come back? It's as simple as that, And I don't know. I think it closes down on people. Sometimes.
The biggest fire hazard, right?
No,
it's people.
Oh,
yeah. Right. If there's no men, women, or children, fire problem.
Oh man, just the other day.
Not saying to do that, right?
Just the other day, I was out there and this kid pulled on a fire alarm.
Yeah.
And mom just grabbed his kid and walked away like if it was nothing.
No big deal.
And then I'm Metro, right? And the guy's like, hey, you shut it down. I'm like, I'm not alarmed. And then, I see the fire department come in and no. I mean, you don't want to see the fire department,
Yeah. Oh, I got pretty trucks as long as they don't charge you, right?
Well,
there's a time and a place to see them.
I've heard, I don't know. Am I allowed to say that?
We'll see. We can always edit it after this. Don't worry about it.
I've heard they charge like $8,000. Is that true?
I don't think it's that high unless you're a repeat offender, but it could be a few $100 to $1,000.
I don't know if they want to scare you, for you, be careful. But I've been told it's been like 8,000. Maybe information that gets sent out in the field,
So you're a bit younger than us, but how they would tell us not to pull the pull stations in schools, they would tell you it's full of ink. So if you pull the pull station, it would ink
okay.
your shirt. And if there's a fire, then who cares?
Okay.
But if
that's a good one.
So I bet you most people that worked on. So if we talk to Raul 5 years from now,
Yeah.
in your mind, if all goes well, what are you aspiring to do? What do you want to do in terms of fire sprinklers or just in general?
Hey, well, design, be a full-time designer, know what I'm talking about and what is it that I'm doing. And also being here, actually, it opened my mind a little bit on pumps as well. So I've always been interested in pumps as well, just because of how complex they are. And I believe I feel myself like a challenging person. I think pumps are really challenging. So it would be something that would be nice to look into maybe in the future. So
hopefully 5 years from now, we're talking to you and you're designing and installing the sprinkler system for your L-shaped cantilevered house.
Okay.
That'd be solid.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would like that.
Yeah, Nate's got some design software to help out too and make some of that happen, right?
I mean, I can throw some in the ArchiCAD. You know?
Damn, attorney, he's up there. He knows his stuff.
Just been around the block a couple times. That's it.
So this is coming out because you mentioned it and you've listened a few times. If you were a fire sprinkler, now you've had time now to think about this. I'm expecting a really solid answer. Which fire sprinkler would you be and why?
The general sprinkler, is that how you call it?
Like a standard spray?
The one that you can use as a pendant and
so the conventional.
Yeah, conventional. That's the word for it. Yeah, it would be that one.
So why?
Just because of how
versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It could work either or.
And I slightly queued you up for this one. If you were a type of sprinkler system, what would you be and why?
Yeah, it would be the deluge system. That's the closest one to Hollywood.
I like it.
I don't know. After this podcast, you might be one step closer.
No, I feel dreamed being here. The AFSA, Disneyland for me.
Oh, really? So listeners, take note to that. If you have any challenged architects, just send them here. It turns into a playground, right?
Yeah, this is so nice here.
Yeah.
Being here, Texas, first time I'm here in Texas. I see everything green.
Give it 2 months, it won't be green. It'll be brown.
It'll be brown.
Oh yeah,
but it can turn green again.
It'll turn green again.
Yeah. So
maybe if we get any rain.
Yeah. Phoenix, it's all brown.
This is something. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something that I feel really grateful because it's not the first time I've touched doors on this. I've been coming a long way, knocking doors. To trying to have the opportunity to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm really grateful with Metro. Because I think they've listened.
Yeah, and they're investing in you.
Yeah, they listen. I would be in job sites and be, hey, you know what? I'm studying architecture. I've been doing design or something. They'll be, oh, that's great, man. That's cool. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good talk, right?
Yeah. So, I feel really happy that, if you don't speak, they won't listen to you, and it wasn't the first time that I've been asking for something like that. I think easily like 20 times where I've spoken it out, to other places, even in my other company as well. And it would just be like, yeah, we can do it later. We can do it later. We can do it later.
Later never comes.
And boom, 5 years later, so.
So I got another interesting question for you, because it comes up in conversation all the time. And it's something that I struggle with on the opposite side. I've been trying to learn Spanish for a long time.
Alrighty.
And I've moved around, and the people that I'd speak Spanish with were different dialects of Spanish speaking.
Okay.
So do you find coming from Mexico, coming to the construction industry or fire protection industry, it difficult to communicate with people sometimes due to the language barrier?
So, well, first of all, I'm from Culiacán, Sinaloa, right? Shout out to Culiacán, Sinaloa.
Let's go.
To Mexico. And yes, but no. Yes, in the way of the slang.
Okay.
The slang, but I think it's like everything. For example, I'm pretty sure the way they speak here in Texas is different from maybe Phoenix or California.
Right.
They got different slangs as well for different states. So I would believe it's the same thing in Mexico, but there's no problem just turn around and ask, hey, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Or and be like, oh, that means like, hey man, hop on my whip. And I'll be like, whip, like, yeah, my car, or let's go to my crib. And then yesterday I just heard a new one. It means like for eating. Oh, I'm a grub.
Yeah, grub's a good one. That's a good throwback term. Yeah.
I just heard it yesterday. I'm gonna go get some grub, and I'm like, what does that mean? Food, I'm like, okay.
That's a staple for Josh. That is a staple.
Yeah, so it's maybe sometimes my English is not perfect sometimes in the way that I could remember how something is said in Spanish, but don't remember it in English, or vice versa. Or I could say a word that kind of means what I'm trying to say, but it's not the correct 100% word. But I could just turn around again and be, hey man, you know what? How do you say it when, this or that? And they'll be like, oh, that means, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
My favorite term I've been trying to learn it's been over 10 years now. ¿Cómo se dice? You got to tell me.
¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo
Whatever.
se dice?
Pipe wrench in español. Por favor.
Oh, dang. See, that's what I'm trying to say.
So that's the other thing is like fire protection terms to direct translate to Spanish is difficult.
Contra incendio. That's the word. Sistemas contra incendio.
Sistemas contra incendio. All right.
Yeah, because when you're out in the field, you're not saying, "Oh, I'm a sprinkler fitter." You're
right.
I'm a fire protection tech. See the difference?
Fancier, dude.
Yeah. So
it sounds much better.
Yeah. So you just gotta know your way, move around for you to sound a little bit fancier. But at the end of the day, you're taking out pipe and it smells bad.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I think it smells like money.
It does smell like money. Sometimes,
money.
Sometimes the customer's money, but
still money.
So, is there anything else you would, as we wrap this up? Any questions you all have? No. Anything you'd like to say, or anything? Any final comments?
Once again, thank you for having me, and I want to send a shout out to my dad. His name is Raul as well. To my mom, Rosario, my wife, Veronica, and my 2 kids, Raul and Huntley Christine.
Are they future sprinkler people?
Yes, they're going to be future sprinkler people.
Let's go.
Yeah, and
train the generation.
Hopefully they'll be better than me because, I'll be able to teach them since a younger age.
Yeah.
And so, always as a dad, expecting our kids to be better than ourselves.
For sure. Well, we really appreciate your passion and your time, taking the time to be on this podcast, and we look forward to seeing where you go.
Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully everything keeps out going the way it is.
Yeah. Awesome. This has been the K Factor Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share wherever you tune in to podcasts. Or head over to our website for more. Reach out to us anytime at technical@firesprinkler.org. Stay safe and always learn as we keep the fire protection conversation going.